So today's project is going to be changing the brakes on this 2013 Porsche Cayenne. We have some genuine Bosch parts here that we're going to be replacing them with, and we're going to get to it. First, I guess we got to take the tires off. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Alright, here's one of the things that you really need to know about getting this thing apart is this bracket that holds the grommets and holds the connector. You can get a screwdriver in here, pull down on it, and wiggle and push, and that whole thing, the bracket stays there, the top half of the connector stays there, ow, and the bottom half pushes out through the bracket. This will turn sideways, turns 90 degrees, and it'll pop out. So the way you have to reinsert it is once we get done with the brake job, we'll put this back in with the radius pointing towards the engine. Pop it back in, turn it sideways, and then this will go through the bracket and rehook up. I said it will go through the bracket like that, and then it'll hook back up. So really that's all it is. Screwdriver, pry it out just a little bit, wiggle on that thing, and it'll pop loose. And this is also one of the other things that you have to be prepared for before you get the tire off, actually, is you have to have this special socket in order to get your calipers off. And this is a number 14. They call it a triple square, but it's a spline socket. I got a whole set. We get in there. I got this whole set off of Amazon for like 25 bucks. Of course, this is the only one I really need. These will probably come in handy later when I'm working on VWs or Audis or something like that. But this number 14 triple square spline socket, and it works really well. This brand, if you can see that, it says Carbine, C-A-R-B-Y-N-E. Not really much on giving people shout outs, but the darn thing was cheap, and oh my gosh, popped them right loose, made this a very easy operation. Okay, we'll be back next once we get this thing popped off of here. Alright, now we've got to get the brake pads that are in there backed off. So I have these plastic wedges. Oh, I don't know where I'm at here. I've got these plastic wedges, so I'll put it in there. Oh, pry that out. Push my wedge in, pry it out. Push my wedge in a little farther. Get the bottom. Pry it out. Wedge in. Oh, pry it back some more. Ouch. And I've got a wedge in there. Oh, I think I backed it out too far. Oh well. I've gone too far, Cotton. That's okay. Now then I'll see what I can do about getting the backside. Then I'll go ahead and take that bolt off and remove the caliper. So you can see that I took the rotor off to give me access to this whole mess. It just makes it a lot easier anyway. So I used, I think these are 660s, used the big channel locks to squeeze this caliper back all the way, put a quick clamp on it, and then squeeze the other one all the way back also. Yeah, it's all the way back. So now I'm ready to pull these brake pads. Go ahead and pop them out of there, I think. Yep, there they go. And yes, I don't know, can we see that? Yes, they were ready to be replaced. Yep. That was down there to the nubbins. Anyway, and I've got the brake pad sensor is on this other one. it should come right through this big gap. And look at that. Yep, the sensor did its job. Oh, where are we looking? So that, I actually have a new sensor that I bought, a new one. This also was a Amazon deal. I think it was $10. It was actually pretty cheap, and it was a direct replacement. I can't remember where I got it, but I did get it off of Holstein. I'm looking at the bag over there. Hold on, let me get the bag. Get the bag! Get the bag. There's the bag. Brake wear sensor, Holstein, and this is for a 2013 Porsche Cayenne. There we go. Anyway, now I'm going to go get the new brake pads and insert them. Alright, I didn't show you this on the other one, but this is the sensor, and it has a skinny side and a fat side, and the fat side goes in towards the disc, or towards the pad or the disc. And where am I here? And this is how rough it is. Fat side in, and then it just presses in, and that's it. It just pops right in there, and that's it. That's how easy that little piece is. Okay, that's pretty much it. Alright, so the sensor, it just pushes in. The fat side goes towards the disc. The skinny side goes towards the engine, or towards the back side of the brake, and it just presses right into that little, just pushes in. It's got these two little copper things that snap it in. Then I'm going to feed it right back through its little gap, and pop that in there. I said, oh, get on there. Oh, I'm hitting that. There we go. There. I was hitting the bimetals at the top. There's that side. And where's my other new side? And boy, these things. Okay, there's, you can see new ones, old ones. So the brake pad sensor, when it went off, it was right. These things are worn out. So anyway, we'll pop this other one in here. Well, actually I need to get it in there at an angle. There we go. And now we're ready for reinstallation as soon as I put the disc back on. Anyway, we'll be right back.